Have you ever wondered if the terrifying nun from the Conjuring universe is real? The chilling answer is yes and no. The demon Valak is very real, but its true form is far stranger and more ancient than a ghostly nun. Today, we're diving deep into the grim history of one of horror's most iconic villains. We'll uncover the demon's origins in centuries-old texts, explore the haunted Romanian Abbey, and connect all the dots between the nun and the Conjuring 2. So, turn down the lights, and let's explore the true story of Valak. The story doesn't start in Hollywood. It starts in the 17th century, within the pages of an infamous grimoire called the Lesser Key of Solomon. This book is a guide to demonology, listing 72 of hell's most powerful entities, and among them is the 62nd spirit, Valak, or Valak, or Wallach. The spelling changes, but the horror remains. Forget the pale-faced nun for a moment. The ancient texts describe Valak in a truly bizarre and terrifying way. As a small child with angelic wings, riding atop a monstrous, two-headed dragon. This demon isn't just for show. According to the lore, Valak holds the title of Great President of Hell and commands 30 legions of demonic spirits. It was said that sorcerers who dared to summon Valak would be granted the power to find hidden treasures and reveal the location of serpents. Imagine that, a cherubic-looking child on a dragon, offering you riches while commanding an army of demons. It's a far cry from the shadowy figure stalking the halls of a convent. So, why did Hollywood ditch the dragon-riding child for a nun? The answer lies in pure, psychological terror. Director James Wan understood that while the original concept is strange, it isn't universally frightening. A demonic nun, however, taps into a deep-seated fear. It represents the perversion of something sacred and pure, a symbol of faith twisted into a vessel of ultimate evil. The nun's habit creates a haunting silhouette, hiding the monster within and using our own expectations of safety and holiness against us. The film's creators also drew inspiration from a real-life encounter reported by paranormal investigator Lorraine Warren. She claimed to have been haunted by a spectral nun entity in her own home, a swirling black vortex with a hooded figure at its center. By merging this personal account with the name Valak from the grimoire, the Conjuring universe created a new, modern icon of horror. The film takes the name and demonic rank from history, but crafts a terrifying new image perfectly designed to haunt our nightmares. The next chapter of Valak's on-screen story takes us to a remote, Gothic monastery in Romania, the Carta Monastery. While the real Abbey has a long and complex history dating back to the 1200s, the film creates its own dark legend. In The Nun, the Abbey was built by a duke obsessed with the occult, who used a ritual to summon a demonic entity from the depths of hell. The church intervened, sealing the rift with a powerful relic containing the blood of Jesus Christ. For centuries, the nuns of the Abbey engaged in perpetual adoration, praying day and night to keep the seal strong and the evil contained. But their prayers were tragically interrupted during World War II. Bombs rocked the Abbey, cracking the ancient catacombs and weakening the seal. The gateway to hell was reopened. Once freed, Valak began its reign of terror, its evil presence seeping into the very stones of the monastery. It couldn't possess a person as long as the nuns were praying, so it began to hunt them one by one, appearing as the demonic nun to mock their faith. The horror builds as Valak twists the holy grounds into its personal playground. Crosses turn upside down, shadows move with a life of their own, and the sacred silence is broken by whispers from the dark. Sister Irene, a young novitiate sent by the Vatican, is plagued by terrifying visions of the nun, a warning of the powerful evil she is destined to face. The film builds suspense around the mysterious relic, the key-shaped cross, which is the only thing that can seal the portal for good. The Abbey becomes a maze of fear, where every corner holds a new threat and Valak's glowing eyes watch from every shadow. The events of The Nun unfold like a Gothic nightmare. Sister Irene and Father Burke, guided by the local farmer Frenchie, arrive at the Abbey to investigate a nun's mysterious suicide. They soon discover they've walked into a demonic trap. Valak is a master of deception, using psychological warfare to isolate and terrify its victims. It conjures horrifying illusions, like burying Father Burke alive and taunting Sister Irene with visions of a young boy she failed to save. The demon's goal is to break their will and their faith. The film's climax is a desperate, terrifying confrontation in the flooded catacombs beneath the Abbey. As Valak attempts to possess Sister Irene, she realizes the only way to defeat a demon that preys on faith is to weaponize it. She spits the blood of Christ, the sacred relic's contents, directly into the demon's face, seemingly vanquishing it and sealing the rift once more. But in a horrifying final twist, we see a vision of Frenchie with an upside-down cross branded on his neck. The final scene reveals that Valak was never truly defeated. Before being banished, it had successfully transferred its essence into Frenchie, turning him into its new vessel and escaping the Abbey. This brings us directly to The Conjuring 2. Years have passed since the events in Romania. The man we knew as Frenchie is now Maurice, an exorcism subject shown in one of Ed and Lorraine Warren's lectures. We see the moment Valak fully takes control and Ed performs the exorcism. But during that event, Lorraine has a horrifying vision where she first encounters the demonic nun and sees a premonition of Ed's death. This encounter haunts her for years. When the Warrens investigate the Enfield poltergeist case in England, they believe they're dealing with the spirit of an old man. But Lorraine senses that something far more sinister is pulling the strings. The old man's spirit is just a pawn, used by Valak to mask its true presence. The demon is manipulating the family and the haunting to lure the Warrens into a trap and destroy Lorraine. The painting scene is one of the most terrifying moments in the franchise. Ed's painting of the nun becomes a conduit for the demon, coming to life and attacking Lorraine in her own home. It's a symbolic assault, showing how Valak has infiltrated the safest parts of her life. The final piece of the puzzle clicks into place when Lorraine realizes that in her visions, she has seen the demon's name. In demonology, knowing a demon's true name gives you power over it. During the climax, as Valak is about to kill Ed, Lorraine confronts the demon and condemns it back to hell by speaking its name, Valak. She severs its connection to our world, saving both her husband and the family in Enfield. The link is complete. The demon that possessed Frenchie in Romania is the same entity that stalked the Warrens years later. So what does it all mean? The choice of a nun's form is a masterstroke of horror. It symbolizes a profound corruption of faith. Valak hides behind a symbol of piety to mock God and terrorize believers. By taking this form, the demon declares that nothing is sacred and that even the most devout can be twisted into vessels of darkness. While the real Valak of mythology is a dragon-riding child, the cinematic Valak is a parasite that feeds on fear and doubt. The movies have built a consistent lore. Valak is an ancient, powerful entity that was sealed away, accidentally released, and then latched onto a human host to escape its prison. But many questions remain. Did Lorraine truly banish Valak for good, or just temporarily? And with its vast intelligence, could it return in a new form, under a new name? Valak proves that the greatest monsters are not just creatures of brute force, but master manipulators that attack our minds and our souls. From ancient grimoires to the silver screen, its legend continues to evolve, reminding us that true evil often wears the most unexpected disguises. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of The Conjuring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more horror breakdowns.